I'm in my kitchen today, which means it's MRE making day. I've been thinking about this recipe that my mom used to always make that is a favorite of mine from growing up, and it's gonna make the perfect MRE meal. It's gonna be set up a little differently than my normal MRE meals, but I will show you that when we get to the packaging process. This is super easy to make and literally so good. We only need 4 ingredients. I got a chicken from Costco for my chicken. You could use any type of shredded chicken that you want, but I went the easy route. Black beans, I'm using 2 cans. I'm trying to make a big batch of this. So 2 cans of black beans. And then over here in my rice cooker, I just have a bunch of white rice cooking. You could use any type of rice. This is going to make a burrito filling. So if you want to use Spanish rice, that would be good. Or like a cilantro lime rice would be even better. I am just using white rice that I made in my rice cooker. I guess it's 5 ingredients because our last 2 are enchilada sauce. You could use green or red, whatever you prefer. I like green better. And taco seasoning. There's nothing that really needs to be cooked, well, besides the rice and the chicken, but I've done that ahead of time. So now I'm just gonna be mixing all of the ingredients together, but I still think I'll do it in a pot on the stove just so that all the flavors can melt together. The first thing I need to do is shred up my chicken. So I'll do that real quick. This is about that entire rotisserie chicken besides like the wings. And I just chopped it up into small, like shredded pieces. It's gonna go inside of like a burrito, so you want it to be nice and small. I'm gonna get this in my pot. Now you might be wondering what's so special about a chicken, bean, and rice burrito. It's not necessarily the ingredients, but it's the way my mom presented it and made it for us. She would take the filling, wrap it in a tortilla, and then put it in its own baking dish, like a cake pan or whatever would be small enough for a single size. Drizzle the top with enchilada sauce, smother it in cheese, and then broil it until it was nice and bubbly and melty. And then you got to eat it out of the dish that it was cooked in, and it just tasted so good and was like my favorite thing ever. I'm gonna get my 2 cans of beans. I'm gonna drain them. I'm not rinsing them. I don't mind if some of the bean liquid is in there, but I don't want all of it. Here's what we're looking like. I was worried I was gonna run out of space in this pot, but we're gonna be just fine. I am gonna add, I think about 2 cups of rice and see how it looks, but I'm thinking 2. All right, here's where the flavor comes in. I'm gonna add an entire can of 10-ounce green enchilada sauce and some taco seasoning. I'm not gonna do a whole packet. I'm just gonna probably do like a couple tablespoons. And I've got my pot on low to just kind of heat everything together. We'll give it a little taste at the end and see how we're looking. It's so good. I'm gonna add a little more taco seasoning. That was almost the whole bag. So the way I'm gonna freeze dry this is not as a burrito. I am just going to freeze dry the filling. And then when I want to eat it as an MRE meal, I will rehydrate it and then wrap it in or tortilla and do the enchilada sauce and cheese on top and roast it. Now, if this is like a camping situation and I don't have access to an oven and all of that stuff, you could eat this just on its own as a meal. It's chicken, rice, and beans. Delicious. So you don't have to add the tortilla and make it into a burrito. That's just the way I love it. It could totally be eaten just as is. So that's why I'm doing this as an MRE meal for my year's supply of food. But it's also just like the best meal prep food ever. So I hope it turns out once it's freeze dried and reconstituted and that it still tastes just as good. I think it will. Okay, I'm gonna let this, I actually think it's good to go. This looks good to me. So I am going to try to just get this spread out onto my 4 trays as evenly as I can. I don't think I need a tray liner, but I'm using one anyway. These are my Crunch Code tray liners. They're very high quality and nice. I always have a 10% off discount code with Crunch Code, which has awesome freeze drying supplies. So I will have that code here on the screen and a link down below if you are interested. But okay, let's get this onto our trays. So obviously my trays could hold a lot more food than what I have on here, but this is just how much my recipe made and how much I felt like making today. I tried to do little score marks of what my serving sizes would be. These two trays have a little more, so these will have 4 burrito sizes on each one. These 2 trays are a little smaller and they have about a serving size of 3 each, which is awesome because that's gonna get me 14 MRE meals to go towards my year supply of food. Yay. I'm gonna get my tray lids on so I can carry this easily downstairs in one go. But it's not that easy one-handed. Now we need to go down to Vanilla Ice and get him pre-freezing so we can get these loaded up. I was on Harvest Right website and oh my gosh, there is another new color. I will post a picture here. I am obsessed. Light blue is like one of my favorite colors. I love the blue and the green now. I don't even know how one could decide, but it's so cute. If you don't have a freeze dryer yet and are interested in purchasing one, Harvest Right has brought back their sale on the size small units that you can get them for the same price directly from Harvest Right that you can get them at Costco, which is a huge deal. They are under $1,600 and it will ship for free to your house. I will have it down for you in the description box below if you want to check them out, and you got to go see that blue color because it's stunning. For my settings, I'm doing -10° freeze temp, 2 extra hours of freeze time just because I did not pre-freeze this and want to make sure it's frozen when the machine starts. And then dry temp is 120 degrees. Vanilla Ice is ready to load. It pains me to use my freeze-dried meals, like to do taste tests after I make MRE meals like this, just because I want to get as many as I can towards my year supply. However, I want to show you how good these burritos are, so I am going to reconstitute one of these and show you how my mom always made them up for me and how delicious they are. And we got to make sure that this can reconstitute nicely, otherwise this is all for nothing. But I feel like I have enough freeze drying experience to know that this is going to be fabulous. I already closed my drain valve, hitting continue, and now we're good to go. I'm guessing this will take about 24 hours. This is a pretty small batch, so I don't think it'll take too long. I also need to take you outside and show you how much snow has melted. We have had many warm sunny days the last like 2 weeks. It's been in the high 30s and stuff is melting like crazy. Our street has been like a running river of just snow melt for the last like week and a half. And it's so nice. I am ready for it all to be gone. It's not, we have a long ways to go, but I'm ready for it to be gone. I'm ready for some warmth and some sunshine. We've had the sun, just, we're getting there. Slowly but surely getting towards warmth. So I'll definitely be taking you outside here in a little bit to show you. Ready to see the snow melt. You guys, we can see grass. I can't even believe it. We have grass down here. The snow has melted significantly in the last 2 days. This was probably at least 2 feet higher than it was 3 days ago. It's insane. Nothing in our driveway. No ice in our driveway. It's clear. It's making me so happy. Absolutely love it. I know winter is still wintering, but hopefully the end is in sight for most of us. You can see it's a very hazy day today. We have snow in the forecast, but with our temperatures, I don't think it's going to stick much. And then if it turns to rain, it'll hopefully just melt and be fine. But I've been happy. I'm happy with this progress. Welcome back. Vanilla Ice ran for about 26 hours. We are ready to pull it out. I'm anxious to see how well this will reconstitute. So I'm really glad we're doing a taste test today. Before I pull these out, I'm gonna label my bags because I'm being better about labeling my bags before packaging them up. It's just easier that way. I am gonna package them in 2 servings worth per bag, but I'm gonna count them each as a meal. I don't wanna waste space in my Mylar bags. So I'm just writing 2 burrito fillings and the month and year, and that's all I need. Okay, let's see how these look. Looks fabulous. And it's nice, I'll be able to package them up just in my individual portions and throw them in the bags. Here is how it looks. I know when it's in its freeze-dried state, it doesn't look that pleasant, but once you rehydrate it, it just kind of comes back to its normal state. I mean, yes, it's going to be a little on the mushy side. It doesn't come back like as fluffy as it originally did. No difference in like how it would come back if it was like previously frozen. It's very similar. It's a very similar process. All right, let's get these packaged up. I should be able to do this fairly quickly. So I ended up with 6 bags. Each bag has 2 fillings except one has 3. So that's going to be 13 MRE meals that we're adding to our year supply list, which is exciting. I'm going to throw an oxygen absorber in each one. And then we will just heat seal all of our lids shut. What I love these MRE bags is that they have a zip top. So if you're reconstituting food right in this bag, you can, because you can add the hot water, zip it shut, let it sit for 10 minutes and be able to eat it right from here, which is super nice for camping meals. I'll have these linked. I added 13 burrito meals to my log for my year supply of food. Guess how many meals I'm at? 79. We got a long ways to go still, but we are making progress. I can't believe that already in 2026, I have made 79 freeze-dried MRE meals. One reason why I'm obsessed with my vanilla ice. We are gonna head upstairs and make some lunch with this. And I'm gonna make it the way my mom did and make it into the actual enchilada style burrito and show you just how yummy it is. You can also store these in mason jars like this. I like doing this for my regular meal prep food when I've freeze-dried something that I know I'm gonna be using within like a few months. I like to store it in mason jars, keep it in my pantry. And so then on nights when I'm like trying to muster up what to make for dinner, especially if I don't have any like meat thawed out of the freezer or nothing in the fridge that like seems good, I grab one of these, add the hot water to it, and you have an easy meal that has lots of protein. You have meat in it that you didn't have to cook. It's like the best. So I do store my food in mason jars sometimes, and I vacuum seal the top shut and just let it sit there until I'm ready to use it. It's time to reconstitute. The first thing I need to do is I'm gonna add hot water to my jar. I am going to let this sit for about 10 minutes and then reassess on if we need to add more water or not. This looks to me like it has reconstituted beautifully. I didn't need to add any more water to it. So let's start making our burrito. I'm gonna dump it on, wrap it up. I'm gonna spray my pan so it doesn't stick. Plop her in, enchilada sauce. And of course, smothered in cheese. I have my oven just turned on to broil, so I'm gonna just keep an eye on this while it's in the oven. I'm just gonna toast it until it's like bubbly and golden. And didn't this work out so nice putting it in a bread pan? This is actually perfect. Another idea, freeze dry enchilada sauce. Because here I am putting my leftovers into a Ziploc bag and I'm just gonna stick it in my freezer. If this could powder down nicely, how awesome would it be to have enchilada sauce powder? That's gonna be a future video. Maybe I could learn how to make homemade enchilada sauce, because that would be even better. That took like 2 minutes and it's ready to come out. Y'all, does that not look amazing? I need to let it cool off for a little bit before I'll be able to take a bite. I mean, this is like gourmet. Let's give it a try. It's literally perfection. You have to make this. I'm so excited for my lunch today. This freeze dry run was well worth it. Thanks, Mom, for the idea. If you're not subscribed to Freeze Dry Society, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. That really helps my channel. I appreciate all of you who watch my videos. You really are the best. Remember, when you freeze dry today, you secure your tomorrow. Bye, friends.